Culture is a very robust phenomenon. It can best be compared with an immune system that attacks diseases. In this analogy, the immune system consists of several characteristics: the work that has to be done, the employees that have to carry out the work, and all within both formal systems, for example, the organizational chart, and informal systems, for example, the actual distribution of power and influence. The immune system considers any form of change undesirable and perceives it as a threat. This explains why most reorganizations are destined to fail. The system resists any form of change and, if possible, neutralizes it. Researchers describe this tendency as the system hits back. Organizational members do not simply give up their culture without a fight. Why is it so difficult to change the culture of a large, long-standing organization? First of all, culture defines a group. It provides a collective identity, clarity and stability. It's culturally conditioned implies that it's more than just a group characteristic. It defines the group and therefore offers stability. People don't like their culture to be changing constantly, for it demands too much energy and causes feelings of insecurity. Therefore, questioning the organizational culture equals questioning the organization itself. A second explanation for culture's robustness is the beliefs, values, and basic assumptions that the members share. In the history of an organization, these values have led to success. Examples of core values are efficiency and client orientation, often associated with companies, or integrity and justice, associated with government agencies. Basic assumptions are beliefs that are so deeply rooted in our collective consciousness that we are no longer aware of them. Years of organizational learning have integrated into collective values. Employees endorse these values and share the underlying basic assumptions. It has resulted in a collective agreement in the core of the organizational culture. A cultural change implies a change in values and assumptions. Everything that was perceived as normal or logical within the organization has suddenly become more ambiguous. It's like an outsider telling you that the way you perceive your work is outdated. You and your team have to redefine the way you do your work. Changing the underlying logic is a fundamental process, which is even more complicated because of the deep-seated assumptions, which are hard to revive. Why are you doing things your way? What a difficult question. After this explanation, let's observe the word culture shift again. In essence, the word is a contradiction in itself. An organizational culture cannot simply shift from A to B, due to all the complexity and invisible patterns that exist within a culture. As a manager, you can apply all types of interventions. For example, facilitating culture dialogues, articulate new missions, creating visions, and design flashy corporate communication. These may lead to superficial changes, but will hardly affect the core of an organizational culture. Empirical research confirms this assumption. To fundamentally change the culture of a large organization, it takes 4 to 10 years, with an average of 6 years. 6 years! So, are managers completely powerless when it comes to creating cultural change?